Okay, so now I'm going to talk about what I call the quicksand principle. Now this is an idea I came up with, and I feel that it applies to society in a whole lot of ways. Just it seems like society continues having this problem in multiple different ways. And it's something I should probably discuss, or something we can all learn a lesson from. So, as a quicksand principle goes, there are four men running in the woods, and they all fall into quicksand. The first man tries to work his way out of quicksand, but he sinks. And the second man realizes, oh, the first man worked and he sunk, so I'm going to have to work harder than he is, and maybe I'll stand a chance getting out. But he only sunk faster than the first man. So, at this point, the third man sees the first two men sink, and he realizes, oh, well, if I want to stand at all of a chance of getting out, I am going to have to absolutely work and push as hard as I possibly can, and I'm just going to have to go all out with it. I'm going to have to use all of my effort, and maybe, just maybe, I'll stand a chance. I mean, the sand is getting faster each time, and I'm just going to have to waste all my calories just getting out. And so he works with all his might and all his strength. He does everything he can, but he still sinks faster than the two men before him. Now the fourth man, he's sitting in the sand, and he sees the first two men, or the first three men, I should say, sink, and each man worked harder than the man before him, and they all sunk faster. And so he realizes, okay, this isn't working. I'm going to have to do something different. So he looks over and he sees a snake slithering across the quicksand, and it's not sinking. So that gives him the idea that if he tries to flatten himself out across the sand, get as much of his body surface on the sand as he possibly can, he can then army crawl his way out or scooch his way out, and he'll be free. He'll be from the sand. So he tries that, and it works. He has escaped the quicksand, and he survives till the next day, and he still had to work a bit, but he didn't work nearly as hard as the two before him, and he came up with much better results. He achieved true efficiency. And so, basically, what that means is in society, we often try to do more and more and more of something because we see failures occurring, or we see problems happening, and so we try to do more and more of something, but it only causes a bigger and bigger problem, because as you know, as you know, for those of you who've heard of quicksand, you'll see that when you step into quicksand, the more you work, the faster you sink, and so that's what applies in society in many different ways. And in future videos, I will reference the quicksand principle and tell you about, more about how it applies to society in more specific ways. But for now, I just wanted to get that out there and tell you about the quicksand principle.